Okay, so weekly Reddit this week.
Weekly Reddit.
It says, I don't keep a lot of secrets from my family and my wife as a father of 3 beautiful kids who I love to death.
Okay.
But sometimes in secret, I'll plan a day when all of my kids will be at school and my wife will be working a full day. I get up early, make breakfast, walk the dogs, take the kids to school, then tell my wife I'm headed off to work. Right as she's about to leave, I circle the block, go back home, call in sick, and just sleep in on PTO for the entire day. It's honestly some of the happiest days of my life being able to go back to sleep at like 8:30 in the morning and sleep straight through until 1 or 2 p.m. It's amazing. It's a secret I'll take to the grave with me. My wife has yet to catch on.
Did I tell you the story?
Uh-oh.
How I discovered me and Victor were both doing that because we accidentally caught each other doing it.
This is what I mean when I say y'all are funny.
So we both apparently were doing it. So one day we did our little thing, pretending like we doing our stuff. I come back home after going and get me some breakfast. I'm like, da. I see Victor's car there. And I was like, I thought Victor said he was going to work. Girl, I go in that house. He eating Hardee's in his work clothes. And I said, thought you was going to work. He goes, I thought you were going to work. And I said, well, this is awkward. And then he was like,
not well, this is awkward.
And he's like, yeah. I said, yeah, I planned on being alone, but you thought you was going to be alone. Now, neither one of us is alone. I said, so where you finna go? Because
you gonna kick him out the house when he was already there.
No, he beat me to the house.
Okay, he was already there. You look like you the one need to find somewhere else to go.
But we just hung out together.
Well, I would hope.
Now we know. But now we tell each other, like, hey, I'm doing PTO on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like now we just tell each other.
I will say, when I read that, I thought to myself, I would be so pissed off if I was the wife.
Why?
Like, I wouldn't be
Everybody
mad.
Everybody needs a break.
I wouldn't be mad that he's taking PTO. I would be mad at the secrecy. Like, who's to say that I didn't, like, maybe I'm powering through because I think you powering through. And it's like, you know what? Just to be fair, he don't get to do this, so why should I? But the whole time, your ass just sitting there rubbing your feet together, having a nice long sleep.
Sometimes synergy ain't productive.
And I was just like, maybe it's because, maybe it's this. Maybe there's a lot of women out there that wouldn't want the husband to take the PTO or whatever. But I'm not that person. I'd be like, you know what? That's a good damn idea. Why don't we just make sure we don't have overlapping days?
And
that way we can be alone.
We just talk to each other now. Because when we both discovered we both would secretly do it, neither one of us asked how long you been doing this because we didn't want the answer.
You just assume it was past. It's more than once.
We obviously both have been doing this for a while and have not overlapped. But today we accidentally, and it's always like a Wednesday or Tuesday. It's never a Monday or a Friday. It's always in the middle.
I think Wednesdays is a great PTO day.
So it's the best day of the week.
Yeah. I mean,
in the middle.
And people would always, back in the day when I would bring that up, people would be like, oh no, I would hate to have a day off in the middle of the week. I'm like,
the week go by so fast when you off right in the middle.
Literally. And it just it's a nice little breakup, because you have the Monday, Tuesday bullshit.
That's done.
Then you get to recover on Wednesday. Come back Thursday and Friday for the Thursday end of week bullshit.
And it's the weekend again.
And then it's the weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm like, at one point, one of the jobs that I had, I took such few PTO days that at the end of every year, like the last 2 months of the year, I could take a day off each week.
Yeah.
And every year, Wednesday. Starting in November, I would take every Wednesday off.
This one lady, when I worked at a trucking company, she didn't work on Fridays all summer. She saved all her PTO, and every Friday from Memorial Day till, I think, August, she did not work Fridays. She wasn't there. And I was like, that's a good plan. I'm going to steal that.
I mean, it is. And I also think it's a really good thing to take, like, if you can't do every week, whatever your PTO will allow.
I think you should do at least one day a month. That's what I do. At least one day a month. I'm not there, and it's PTO. I don't call in.
Yep.
It's scheduled PTO. They know I'm not going to be there.
You know what I don't understand?
Yeah.
The planned call-ins.
To me, it's like, okay, so it is scheduled PTO, but you not telling nobody. But
right.
You've been knowing about it for 2 weeks. You could have been just scheduled some PTO.
Yeah, because I would work with people like in pharmacy, and they'll just be like, oh, I'm going to call in sick next week.
Just request it off.
I'm like, so I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to work. I'm like, because you usually don't know when you're going to get sick. So how do you know you're calling in sick next week?
I'm like, first of all, we already short staffed. Please just let them know so we get some coverage. I do not want to come into this shift and I'm thinking we finna have some help and it's me, myself, and Irene in this piece. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So inconsiderate. I hate the scheduled call off. I hate it.
This is the other thing that's like, somebody commented on this guy's post and said, why can't you be honest with your wife about taking the PTO you have earned?
I also think part of the thrill of it is him knowing he's doing something bad. He might secretly like that.
Well, his response was, because I don't want to be asked to do shit.
Which was my reason. And this is why I didn't say anything.
Here's the thing, though. And again, maybe this is the dynamic of his marriage. But I can't imagine that if I had a husband and he came to me and was like, look, once a month, I'm going to have a PTO day. And I literally want it to be a day where I don't do shit. I find it hard to believe that I wouldn't be like, you know what? That is a great idea. You choose this Friday or whenever day you want, and I'm gonna make sure I choose another day because I want to do the same thing. I don't want to do shit.
But I will say for most men, they will get a honey to-do list. If their partner knows ahead of time that they're off on Wednesday, they're going to be, can you fix the gutter? The dryer's making a sound. Like the poor man.
See, that's not me because I understand the value of sitting my ass down somewhere and how good that feels.
Well, you know, we was both sneaking to do it because we both were scared that the other one was going to ask us to do something. And because Victor would have asked me. When I tell you, if he knows I'm on PTO, well, since you on PTO, can you? And it'd be something wild, something ridiculous. And I'll be like, the hell you mean, can I pick out a tux for your nephew? Like, it'd be some crazy shit.
This is why I get annoyed. This is why I get annoyed with holidays. Because we get those days off, but you need to go this place. You need to go spend time with this person. You need to go do this. It's like, I want to sit on my ass, on my couch.
And do nothing.
And do nothing. Because this is a day. This ain't even a PTO day. This is a day that's paid for by the company. Can I please take advantage of that?
No.
And not have to do anything?
No.
So if I had a husband, hell, if I even had a boyfriend that said that, I'd be like, you got it.
But you see, when we both realized.
In fact, you could not hear from me at all. You want me to go you want me to go sleep somewhere else? I'll leave your ass alone.
Look, this is what we do. So now he be like, yeah, I'm off on Wednesday. And I go, oh, new game came out. Because he'll do that like if a new video game dropped that he really want to play.
You better not interrupt his ass while he playing his game.
I'm like, oh. He like, yeah, I'm off on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, that new game come out. Yup. And I'm like, all right. And then I go, so you making dinner then? And then he does that to me. He like, so what we doing for dinner since you ain't at work all day?
See but that's the stuff that I would have to have a talk with my spouse with and be like, look, we talked about this.
No, I don't care because I do the same shit. I'm like, well, you better be making something damn good. I don't care.
I would say something still because we need to get this back on track. I'm
No, I
not
ain't
doing
mad at it.
anything.
Because we rotate days on who's going to cook.
Yeah, now I will say, like, after work stuff, yeah, it's
'Cause
me.
dinner is after work.
Yeah. But if it's like during work, my typical working hour stuff,
Nah.
don't ask me to do shit during that time.
Nah, we don't.
Because
do
I'm
that.
not doing anything.
We not disrespectful.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. To me, I would be pissed off about this because it's like,
Why didn't you
damn,
tell
I'm
me?
busting my ass, and you just like once a however often, because he doesn't say how often he does
I think he just whenever he feel like
Yeah.
it. There's no rhyme
So
or
I'm
reason.
like, and you know, some places nowadays got unlimited PTO. So I'm like, so what if this is like a once a week thing for him?
It ain't. He got kids and everything. This is a probably once a quarter treat to himself.
Yeah.
And he just.
But I'm like, damn, that sounds great. Like, I want to join in, but on different days. Because I want to be alone too.
I mean, but again, it might be a situation where he thinks she at work and she doing the same shit and they just ain't called each other yet.
Very true.
There's no telling how long me and Victor did this separately before we finally called each other.
I swear, y'all are some of the funniest people I have ever met. Because, yes, you had told me that story before and I couldn't believe it then. And I was just like, what?
And neither one of us was mad. I just was like, oh, you sneaky. But I can't call him sneaky because I was doing
Yeah, I'm like, all right, pot.
Calling the kettle black.
But anywho,
we are interesting, I guess.
I think y'all are very, very interesting.
We are the same person, but we look different.
It's like y'all are so the same, but so different at the same time. And I just be like, how do they survive each other?
Girl, we tried other people, it didn't work. So we came back together. We can only be with each other. No one else can handle
And that's
us.
how you know when you found like your person.
We
because
only can be with each other. No one else can tolerate
That's
us.
how you know when you found your person. Because if y'all try other people and y'all like, nah, I'm not for these people. Like y'all are so effing mates. Y'all crack me up. I swear. All right, I got a controversial
what you
opinion.
got? Give me what you got for a pork chop.
And okay, so
what is it?
It says single women keep women single. And it says misery loves company. They reinforce negative views about men. Their friend groups can normalize ideas like men aren't worth it or don't settle, which pushes women away from viable partners. They validate unrealistic expectations. He wrote unrealistic expectations twice. Single women hype each other up to expect top-tier men while not adjusting their own standards or behaviors. They discourage compromise. They encourage women to leave relationships quickly instead of working through issues. If a woman wants a serious relationship, she should not rely on advice from single women, especially those who have never had successful relationships.
First of all, married women do the same
thing. I was like, when I read it, I thought to myself,
say the craziest shit about marriage you will ever hear.
And it has been nothing but actively married women that has told me, do not get married.
Yeah, it's not.
Minus you never told me that, and you're the only married person that's ever told me don't get married. But married people,
they the most miserable people. Yeah, so I don't know what they talking about.
Like anybody that's told me don't get married has been a married woman. And
yeah.
Not to say that means I'm going to take their advice. If I want to get married, I'll get married, but whatever. But then I thought about me and you, and I was just like,
Jade don't be telling me none of that.
And I don't tell Jade none of that. Yeah. I was like, because I said, and it just made me think about when you used to come over here all the time to watch K-dramas, and I would be the one telling you, hey, make sure you communicate that with Victor. Make sure you tell Victor.
I'm not saying that.
And I'm like, if anything, I'm trying to help keep it together. Like,
But I don't think it's funny to me that he blames it all on women. It's like, what do single men talk about? And it's not the sanctity of marriage. It's so
I'm just
it's
like,
people, period. Honestly, it's people, period. I don't think it has nothing to do with single, not single, male or female. It's just the way the world has changed so much has changed how people feel about things.
somebody commented on his and said, I've met a lot of single women. I've never met one that acts like this. You're the weirdo, dude.
Because I'm like, most single women I know are the most hopeful about marriage. It's not my married, it's the single women that have hope and romance, and they're gonna find their true love.
We're gonna push you towards, like, if anything, we might be the opposite. We might push you into the relationship when we trying to get out of it. Because when my friends have issues with their significant other, and if they tell me about it, like, well, you know, is there something y'all can do to fix this? Like, can you talk to them? Can y'all go to therapy? Can y'all do something? Like, because I don't want you to just throw away your whole relationship just because y'all had an argument or something. And granted, also not really knowing exactly what happened.
Because you know it's two sides.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh my, I was like, goodness, single women catching strays for. I'm like, look, dude, if don't nobody want you, that ain't her single friend's fault.
It seems like that he is not someone that people want, and he doesn't want to look inward for that. Is what, because most men I know don't feel that way. Yeah. The thing is, when you messing with somebody crazy, you knew they was crazy when you messed with them. You weren't surprised. You knew that the thing is, like I said, they want women, and the women they want are unattainable to them. And so they're mad. It's like, you want women who make it clear what they want, but you don't fit that. So now you're upset. And it's like, date a woman who's willing to be with you. The thing is, you want someone to settle for you, and they don't want to. And you're upset.
This one's a bar. Somebody come and said, nah, shitty men who treat women like shit keep women single. Put the blame where it belongs. And I'm like, sure, that can also play a part if you've been jaded. And same thing goes for men. Men get jaded by women all the time. But keeping it in context for what he's talking about. He's specifically talking about single women. And yes, a good chunk of the time is previous relationships that just make women not. I'm like, I just don't want to deal.
Because they reflect and go. And it's not like it'd be a one-time thing. It'd be like, you like, okay, so the past 5 men I have tried to date, one of them stole my car.
Like, one of them took my credit card.
They keep asking me for money. One tried to move in my house. And so the other one was living with his baby mama, but said he lived alone. Like,
other one said he was just separated.
Yeah, turns out he full-blown married. He got married last week. So it's like, you sit there, and after all that, you go, you know what?
I think I'm done.
Yeah. I'm going to take a hiatus.
I think I need time for myself.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the best thing you can do when you leave a relationship. Just spend time to yourself. Because there's also some truth to the fact that you attract who you are, or something like that. If you notice that the last 5 men have all been stealing your shit,
you go, what about me says rob
what
me,
about
bitch?
Me?
Right.
What about me is attracting these thieves? Like, and I truly feel this way, and I know there's a lot of people that disagree with me. You're not going to figure that out until you spend time alone and figuring out who you are.
The thing is, a large chunk of us need therapy, and we ain't getting it. And a large chunk of us need it.
I think every person alive should be in therapy. People need to get into therapy before they need therapy.
Therapy is to help you regulate.
Man.
Because you don't realize how crazy you are until somebody goes, you know what, these things you think are normal actually are not.
Well, you remember there's been, so I'll tell you this. Each time, because I've seen a therapist 3 times not 3 times, but I've had 3 separate therapists. And each time I started therapy, it was because something happened that made me say, oh,
You need help.
You almost went to the dark side.
Yeah, that lady with that Jeep, that should have took you to therapy.
Well, remember that's when I started seeing the therapist that was by the job.
Because I was like, is she for real?
Yes, I was for real. I was following. I was like, nope.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, please quit following this lady. Please stop following me.
Jade.
You doing the crazy laugh and everything. Because I don't even know what to do on this phone no more. I don't want to hang up. But
yeah, because remember when you answered it, I said, this is the last logical thing that I did. You better talk me out of this. Because when I stopped this car and she stopped this car, I'm beating her ass. And
I said, what the hell happened?
And you agreed with me that you would be pissed off about it too. The way she swerved over in front of me and then tried to brake check me so that I could hit her car. I was like, I said, and I was having a bad day at work too, because I think I had left early work because I was having a shitty day and I wanted to go home. And she did that to me on my way home. And I was just like, I got time today, bitch.
And I was like, yeah, maybe stop following her before she calls the police on you.
We passed the police.
She probably was waving her hands.
I tried to cause an accident with the wrong person this time. And both of us were speeding because she tried to speed so she could get away from me. Mm-hmm. Once she saw that I was going to follow her, she tried to speed and get away from me. And I said, oh, the difference is I have money for a ticket. So I sped right past. I think we was going like 85 miles an hour.
He wasn't going to chase both of y'all. He like, eh.
Look. But I ended up, I left her alone.
You didn't leave her alone. She ran away.
No.
She ran away.
No, we did get off at the same stop, which was literally the next stop after the one I needed to get off at anyway. And she went left and I went right.
I bet she ain't going to do that shit again.
And that was the point. And yeah, so
unhinged. I was like, is she doing the crazy laugh and everything? I was like, oh no.
Dude,
oh no.
I had not been, and I've told people before, I do have a bit of road rage. And I have not been that angry in so long because it was completely unprovoked.
You know the fucked up part about all of it is?
What?
Sometimes that level of anger feels good.
It did feel good. I ain't gonna even lie. It did feel good. I was like, man, if only I was okay with being somebody bitch in jail. Like, man,
sometimes, somebody start to feel good.
It do feel good to just be the villain sometimes. And I ain't gonna even lie, front, or stunt. It feels delicious sometimes.
I ain't been that mad in a very, very long time.
Yeah, it had been a while for me too. That's why you got the crazy laugh. I'm like, oh, I'm having a good time now.
That's why I was like, yeah, because now I start doing like you be like, oh shit. What she finna do?
Cold blue.
Someone please call 911.
The alleged assailant is 5'1". She actually might be 5'1".
Whatever, I'm 5'4" or 5'5" on a good day. I still got to get petite pants. But, because them joggers
did you put
stupid.
That goddamn desk together? Jay.
I cleared out the area. I just like, put the desk up. Yeah.
Sorry, that's me just
side note. He said, she gonna take that desk back. I was like, no. Victor's actually getting annoyed with me about this desk. He's like,
it's been sitting there since what, November?
He said, just put the damn desk.
At this point, I've told myself, the next time I find myself at Jay's house, I'm just gonna start putting that goddamn desk together. And wherever I put it together is where it's gonna sit.
I'll move it.
I said, because I like putting stuff together.
I'm so petty. I'll leave it in the kitchen. Just throw it up against the wall.
I know. And now that I said that, the next time I come there, it's just gonna be sitting we already cut all the tape and everything. And it's just gonna be sitting there waiting for me to put it together. And I'll put it together too.
No. Victor wanted to put it up because he's sick of my shenanigans too. And he was like, well, put it in the corner. And I said, I don't know about
Literally
the
got it
corner.
sitting next to the door. That thing has been sitting there since November.
And it's so cute.
How do you know? You probably don't even
The
remember what that
pictures.
damn desk looked like.
Mm-hmm. It's still on the Amazonian.
Amazonian. Oh, speaking of Amazon, so you know the little rant I went on a couple weeks ago
You
about
always on the rant.
how much they're scam artists and how they want to allow
Oh, I
us
know
to
you can pay for ads free, but why should I have to pay more when I'm already paying? This is what I was mad about. I was like, why am I paying more to not have commercials? When at first it wasn't none in the first place.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they're not scam artists. I still think Amazon are scam artists because they have way too few things.
That a next day delivery.
Even 2-day shipping is becoming hard on some
I'm
things.
like, next Thursday.
Like, what you mean? I'm Prime.
Prime used to be next damn day.
You remember when you would say you had Prime and people would actually be like, dang,
Ooh,
you got money. Now since y'all goal of getting everybody to have Prime has worked, now you want to start making fewer things 2-day eligible?
Well, it's not like that. Now it's too many people on it for it to be damn next day. It's too many people on it.
Look, I'm tired of this shit.
Only thing you get next day is allergy medicine. Everything else is coming when it comes.
I'm like, what you mean I'm gonna get it next week?
I see, now said so. It's just gonna come around the mountain when it comes. After I done already, mountain when we come.
When she come.
When we coming around the mountain when we come.
When she come. What the fuck, Jay? Where did that come from? Because now that song gonna be in my head. That song gonna be in my head all fucking night. I'm so mad at you for that.
How easily you jumped right into it.
Because I instantly thought, I used to be singing that song all the time when I was younger. Oh, I hate you for that. Because I'm going to be thinking about that song all night. But yes, Amazon. Yes. So, and you know, as soon as that guy commented and said, you can do.
I know it. I wasn't going to argue with them. I was like, that's the point. I shouldn't have to. I even argue with this man on the internet.
I said, just got it.
No, I said, F that. I'm sick of everybody charging more and more and more. I'm sick.
I said, my watch list got a shit ton of K-dramas in. I said, I'm about to have a film. I signed up for that shit that day.
Here's my thing, though. I'm sick of it. I said,
I'm sick of it too.
Reached the age where I say, you know what? Fuck it. I'll watch a minute and 47 seconds of commercial to save me $8 a month. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I don't care
and
anymore.
I'm this close. And for the audio listeners, pretty darn close to signing up for that damn YouTube one.
Oh, let me tell you about the YouTube.
I'm
now,
trying
I watch enough YouTube for that to be worth it, but how much it's not like it's extra $5 like everything else. That shit is expensive.
Is it?
Considering the fact that YouTube is free.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about it the other day. I said, what I would do to have no commercials.
It's just because
YouTube.
Because as bad as Amazon's commercials are, YouTube's is like 10 times worse.
You can't even watch a 10-minute video without 3 commercials. And
yeah.
it's a 10-minute video.
And then I noticed that the shorter the video is, the more likely they are to put those commercials that's over 90 seconds long in it. Because the ones that just said 90 plus. And I said, oh, so y'all
I ain't never got a 90 plus.
Oh, I get them all the time, 90 plus.
That's
disrespectful.
I always get skip ads. I skip all the ads. I can skip every single ad.
No. And then I'll get the ones where you can't skip it. You can hit next and it'll skip the ad you own, but then it's going to go to the next one. And then you got to wait an additional like 5 to 10 seconds and then you can skip that one. Those are the ones I get too.
Now, I will say, the YouTube I got is the one that came with my Verizon phone plan.
And so you probably have limited
But I don't even have Verizon no more.
I
got AT&T now. This was years and years ago.
Yeah, nah.
Because I know Verizon used to come with YouTube Premium for free. Oh, this one I got a taste of no commercials. And this was back in the day when YouTube, you couldn't, minimize YouTube and have the screen still up. So one of the perks we got is I can have it still up and doing other shit. This was long before everybody was able to do it. And that was a perk for YouTube Premium.
Yeah,
loved YouTube Premium.
I am real close.
I miss it daily.
And the only reason I haven't signed up for YouTube
Cause it's like $40.
See, I didn't know that. But
Girl, if it's $20, I'd have been had that shit.
I don't want to get myself used to having no ads. And then for some reason
You
it's
won't
like,
be able. And then YouTube Premium has movies and all types
yeah,
of
but
shit.
then sometimes you get to the point where you're like, I think I want to just cancel it. And then I have to go back to with ads.
You won't be
and
able to. That's why I don't want to get involved. It's one of the things, once I get a taste of
exactly,
it, I won't be able.
I won't be able to go back.
Like, I can't do Spotify with ads. I don't care how poor I am, they getting that.
Oh, same. Like,
they getting that money from me.
If I was to ever go back to Spotify, and believe me, they are trying. You know what? If Spotify, sponsor us, I'd come back to Spotify all day.
I got my student account. I only pay $6.
They keep offering it. They sent me something talking about pay for Spotify $4.99 a month.
For what, the business plan?
Just whenever I open Spotify, they send.
Yeah, with ads.
No, they said ad free.
But what's $4.99 ad free?
Well, it's because they're trying to get me to sign up for it.
Oh,
again.
yeah, you ain't never had it.
I did used to have it. I canceled it when I went to Apple Music.
Oh, I should cancel mine and come back.
Literally, I think at one point they offered it to me for $2.99.
Girl, I should cancel mine.
And I did think about it, but I was like, no.
Mike's Car Wash does that. So they have the monthly membership.
I used to have that too. Yep.
You ain't got to cancel it. Here's what my raggedy ass does. I put, pick that up.
No, it's my nephew.
Oh, it's like, pick that up.
No, that's just my nephew. He ain't even here. I don't know what he calling me for.
He will talk to you.
Well, I'll call him when I leave here. Go ahead. Mike's Car Wash.
Oh, yeah. I put it on pause, and then they because they have the trial membership for $25. Then you put it on pause, and then they go, we'll give you 3 more months at $24. Mm-hmm. And I do this every 3 months. I ain't paid more than $20 this whole time.
But you got to be careful with some of those though, because they have a limit on how many times you can pause it.
I've been doing this shit for
years. Crew doesn't, but Audible does.
I'll do that.
Yeah, because I had paused it a few months ago because I had a bunch of credits, and I was just like, I'm not even using it, so I don't want to cancel it, but I'm gonna just pause it so I'm not wasting the money. So I paused it, and then it started back up, and then I was looking at it the other day because I was like, oh yeah, this year I'm gonna use Audible more. But now we're in April, and I'm still not using it. So I was like, okay, I'll pause it again. And I went to pause. They said, you have paused already within the last 6 months. You cannot pause again. And I was just like, oh, so you gonna force me to pay you, or I have to cancel?
Don't make me choose cancel, because
please don't make me choose cancel, because I really don't want to cancel.
How much is Audible?
It's not expensive. It's like $16 a month.
And
they have tiered ones, and I'm on the $16 one.
Because I'm saying $16. One book is more than $16.
100%. But I was just pausing it because I'm like, I haven't been using it.
You know what you could do that I do?
Library?
Yeah, that's free. And they have all the same
books. But I
books
already built up my Audible thing, and I get to own those. You don't own the ones from the library, and then sometimes they get rid of them at the library, and then you can't just go read it again.
Oh, I do the digital, so it's still there. It don't go nowhere.
Oh, I don't.
So it's basically Audible, but free.
Well, I don't mind Audible, but I was like,
support your local libraries.
That too.
But I'm like,
I can't even really say that because the library that I was signed up for was the New York library.
Oh, I'm signed up for multiple, but I also,
and you have to pay for that one.
Do majority IPL, support our local, because they only get funding based on activity. If no one's doing anything with them, they can't get more funding. I
read the book. Well, I most recently finished last week. Dr. Fung came out with a new book. I think it was last month. And for those that don't know, Dr. Jason Fung is a nephrologist from Canada who wrote the book, The Obesity Code, which I read, and it is such a good book. It has a lot of good information on how your hormones play, specifically insulin, play the part in weight gain, and how diabetes technically isn't a disease. It's the symptom of the disease, and the disease is obesity. So if we treat obesity, we therefore treat type 2 diabetes. And before the nurses and everybody come for me, this doesn't, of course, it doesn't apply to everybody. But it was very good information, and he provides all of the sources for all of his all of the research that he uses in this book. And he came out with another book that is supposed to now be the companion to the obesity code.
What's it about?
Called The Hunger Code.
Okay.
And so in this one, instead of necessarily talking about the impact of insulin on weight gain, he's talking about other hormones, including insulin, that just impacts the hunger. Because he's like, the best way to overcome obesity is to figure out how to manage your hunger. For a lot of people, it's not what they're eating, it's about the fact that they're just feeling hungry. So he goes into like all this information. It was a really good book too.
Hunger is psychological for a lot of people.
Yeah,
though. It's
and
not
he goes
even
into
about...
that. He goes into how hunger can be psychological, and like I said before,
it's time sometimes. Just like your body got a custom.
Just like with animals, like cats, dogs, whatever. If you eat at the same time every day, you're going to get hungry at that time every
Zephyr's
day.
ass. Every day.
Leave my cat alone.
Y'all ain't seen this cat. But they all do that though. Every cat that's on a timer acts the exact same way.
But humans are the same way.
We are.
And just because it's 11 o'clock in the morning and that's when you used to having lunch, and then your stomach starts growling, and then you look at the clock and it's 10:55.
Lunchtime.
You're probably not actually hungry. It's because this is when you typically eat. So your body's like, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Let's go eat.
It's crazy how our body keeps up with all of our times on everything. It's kind of crazy.
It's
crazy. Like, I know it just, it is so interesting to me.
It is.
It keeps up with no clock.
But then it's like, then he goes into how, if you can manage your hunger, now, of course, you still need to eat right, exercise, blah, blah, blah. But if you can manage your hunger, you by default will start to lose weight and just lose weight, get to a weight that's actually manageable. But yeah, it was a really good book. I highly recommend it. I've read every book that he has wrote on. I read the Obesity Code, the Diabetes Code, the Hunger Code. I read all of his books on intermittent fasting. I find fasting and how it works on the body to be very, very fascinating. So I tend to just do a lot of research into it. Don't know why.
I do miss getting a free book though. I had Audible at one point. Then my cheap ass let it go. I said, I got too much shit I'm paying for. I ain't fool. Because after a while you get busy. You're like, I'm not even reading the free book. I got too much shit to do. Like, I'm not even reading it.
And that's what was happening to me. And right now, and I'll probably finish it next week, I'm reading the book The Housemaid by Freida McFadden.
Didn't we already read that in the book?
We read The Maid.
By who was that?
I don't remember. I just remember I didn't like it because everybody found that psychopath kept sympathizing with her. I'm like, she's nuts.
She's nuts. You talk about the lady that did
this stuff?
I didn't sympathize with her. I felt like she took advantage of somebody who she sensed was not all there, and the girl wasn't, and she took advantage of her. But
I mean, we used to have a book club at one of my old jobs, and that was one of the books we read was The Maid. Poor now,
Caitlin, she feels so bad.
Now I'm reading The Housemaid by Freida McFadden, but she's a really good author too. She wrote, what was the book that I really? Oh, The Teacher. I read that book by her, and I was just like, when I finished it. I remember I was at Community when I was reading it, and I finished the book while I was there. And when I closed that book, I just set it on the counter and I just said, wow. Cause she had a twist at the end. And don't make me remember what the actual twist was, because I really don't remember. I just remember thinking, that was a good book. It kept my attention the entire time I was reading it. I didn't feel like I needed to power through any sections of it.
Cause don't you hate that?
Oh my God, I do.
The fluff pages.
Mhm.
You like, this is 97 pages of fluff.
Fluff. But yeah, she wrote that book. It was really good. Another book I really recommend.
Okay.
And then you know our favorite, Riley Sager, Lock Every Door.
God, that was so
That was that was the first book we read together.
Yeah, because it's like it has so many elements. There was so many elements.
I love that. I love a good thriller book. So if people got some good thriller books that they want to recommend, send them my way, because I love a good thriller.
I can't read for fun anymore.
I know. I thought about asking, like, suggesting a girl's perspective book club.
That'd be fun.
And I was like, Jay don't got no time for that.
Hit me up 2027.
Right.
And I can do a book club.
So what do you think about South Korea in 2027?
What you mean? I ain't thinking nothing.
What do you think about going?
No, I'm not thinking anything.
Not like literally. I think their
like,
political climate will be.
I was like, what's going on with them politically? Am I supposed to be thinking about them?
No, what do you think about going next year?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I really want to go, but I really don't want to go by myself.
It just doesn't seem. I mean, you could.
I could, but I'm like, but just imagine how much fun
with somebody else.
Yeah, with somebody else. Like, even to just go see the JYP building
and throw eggs at it.
I ain't gonna throw eggs at it.
Girl, somebody will come and shoot me. I'm not throwing no eggs.
Girl, they probably already got people on the roof. They ain't gonna come down and do nothing.
They gonna shoot me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing there. You gonna toss that before it could even hit the damn window. I'm gonna be like, well, damn.
We gonna take a picture and move on.
We gonna literally get in front of the building
and move
then
on.
Go. If we see a famous person, we see a famous person. Highly doubt we will.
Nah, but you know they gonna use the back entrance. They ain't gonna roll up to the front.
But yeah, I really want to go, but I was like, I could go by myself and do a solo trip. That would be fun. But I feel like that should also be done with your friends.
Because that'd be fun. We can sightsee. Or we can go to some of the pretty places we seen in the K-drama.
Exactly.
Like, where is that at?
And because I was talking to Gift today and I said, I want to go to Jeju. I want to go to Busan. I want definitely Seoul.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Hongdae.
Girl, you're so messy.
I said, I know I'm too old for Hongdae. I know that.
Whatever, we both can go.
I said, but I'm still going. I said, I know I've heard about that some of the bars will discriminate against you if you're ugly or if you old.
The thing is, I will say, those clothing store names will discard, like, we think we not that big. We'll get over there.
And be like, oh, shit.
And they'll be like, fatty, moo. That store, I said, it's a size 8. Oh my, a medium in America is fat here? They like fatty, moo.
But yeah, I want to go to those places.
Let's see if they let our asses in since we fatty, moo.
I told Gift, I said, I don't even need to get into the bar. In Hongdae, you don't have to get into the bar to experience Hongdae. So I was like, I'll just go to a restaurant there and roam the streets of Hongdae, see what it's about.
They let my fat ass in there. Now, I don't care how they feel. I don't care how fat they think I am. You let me in there.
But yeah, I definitely want to go to South Korea.
That'd be fun. I really want to go to the beach though. I was like, oh, I want to go to the beach.
And that's what I want.
I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach.
Like in Jeju, I'm like, yeah, let's make this happen.
Beach look cold, but I still want to go.
Mm-hmm. What do you? When was the last time?
Yeah.
You watched?
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Girl, years ago. Such a time. Is it a new season now? Who in it?
And on so they added K Michelle. You remember, did you ever
I know who K Michelle is. She was
everybody
on there.
know who K Michelle is.
Yeah, we know who K Michelle is.
And I'm like, K Michelle would actually do really well on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Wasn't she on it?
No, she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Girl, same show.
Nah, not the same show.
Same show, different thing.
Nah.
No,
They allowed to do way more on Real Housewives.
Because me and Monet used to love making fun of Tacky Jackie.
Wasn't that Steve-O? No, not Steve-O.
It's not Steve-O. I forget her husband's name.
Wasn't that Jocelyn Hernandez's husband? Stevie J.
No, Tacky Jackie.
Ain't that Basketball Wives?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I love Jackie.
Tacky Jackie. I think her clothes was cute, but she was thrown together so ugly. And I'm like, this is all cute separately, but it ain't. She used to get on my damn nerves.
I like Jackie.
Jackie was messy.
Yes, that's why I liked her. But she also wasn't... Like, Jackie knows she's messy, though.
But she played both sides, and I hate that. Like, pick a side, Jackie.
I don't like when people play both sides. You're right, I don't. Well, it depends.
Yeah, you do.
Because when she wouldn't choose between her two friends, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I think it's not about that she didn't choose. She egged on both of them.
Well, then...
Yeah, it's not that she didn't choose. Her not choosing wasn't the problem. Like, she'd be like, well, she said this about you. Then go tell the girl, she said this about you. And then try to do little three-way calls and crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Tacky Seth.
You're right. Now, because if it's my enemy and a friend and they's talking shit, and for whatever reason, why would you be talking shit to me about my friends? But I play both sides on that. I'll be like, look, she just...
Because you a Tacky Jackie too, and you ought to be ashamed.
I'm like, well, you told me this, so I thought you wanted her to know.
Tacky Jackie.
Look.
So K Michelle gonna be
on it this season.
What's she finna do?
Right? I'm actually low-key pretty excited for that.
Girl's nuts. What is she about to do?
I said, I might have to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I ain't watched that shit in
Me neither. Honestly, the last full season I saw was the last season Nene was on there.
Nene's hilarious.
Nene is fucking hilarious. I understand the show served the purpose for her. She got what she needed from it. She moved on with her life. I understand that. But if she ever just want to be a friend of and come on the show, like, I would tune in because I love me some Nene. Like, she is hilarious. But I watched a few episodes before Portia left that first time. Yeah. And then it was like, y'all lost it. Y'all lost Nene. It's not the same no more. So I stopped watching it. And I also could not stand Kenya Moore.
Kenya needed mental help.
There's very few people that I felt like this about, but Kenya Moore was just some person that I said, I actually pray to God that I would see that woman in public one day and I'm gonna beat the shit out of her.
She needed mental and emotional help.
Cause she was a psychopath. Like, the stuff
mental
she would
and emotional
do,
help,
and then just be the victim in everything. I could not stand.
But that's why they put her on there.
I know it was, but it's also one of the things that made me stop watching it. And so then I stopped watching it. And
I was through with Sheree and that damn Unfinished Mansion. That was the last.
Now, I will say the beef between Kenya and Sheree I thought was funny.
First of all, it was scripted.
Yes.
It was foolish. They both was too old to be involved in it. Kenya and Sheree was old as shit at the time.
Well,
like, no.
Phaedra...
She looked good as hell now,
she
too.
She does look good.
Boy, she looked good.
Phaedra was on last season. She's going to be on again this season. When I heard she was going back last season, I was like... And I saw that her and Portia were all buddy-buddy.
I said, this will not end well.
I just thought to myself, I just lost a little more respect for Portia. Because even if like nothing could make what she told Portia about Candy. You remember that reunion where she had apparently Portia saying that Candy tried to grape her or whatever.
Girl, I don't remember that.
And
no, she did.
She got that information from Phaedra.
That is nuts. No, she did not.
Yeah.
She did not. So
Portia,
I stopped watching at that point.
So Portia and Candy had a whole beef going on because Portia was saying this and Candy's like, what are you talking about? That's not true. And you know, that could impact her. Yeah, that could ruin her life.
That.
And it was at the reunion that Portia was like, Phaedra's the one told me that. And yeah, so I'm like, there's no way, even if I can be cordial with you, but there's no way I'd be friends with you again.
But you know it's part of the script. It ain't real.
It is, but
they're not
at the same
actually
time,
friends.
It is, but at the same time, I'm just like, nah.
They just want their check.
But yeah, that's what apparently, I forget what season it was, but
it's so many seasons. I stopped watching a while ago.
But yeah, I was just like, but I saw this season, K Michelle is on there.
Yeah, what she finna do? They trying to stir that pot.
I used to love K Michelle in Love and Hip Hop. So I was like,
she was nuts, talented, but nuts,
shaking the table and everything,
talented,
and I love her accent.
Talented but nuts. That's what I'm saying. Like talented.
You should watch her
nuts.
You should watch her interview that she did with Jason Lee.
Child, what happened?
Oh my gosh, she was being K Michelle. Who else she gonna be?
Talented but nuts, as I said.
She was talking about the couch potato, Robin Dixon from Real Housewives of Potomac, or she used to be on there. Because they apparently said that something along the lines she shouldn't be on there or she wasn't a fit. I don't really know. I don't watch their podcast. But saying something about K Michelle pretty much shouldn't be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm like, okay, why wouldn't she? I think she fit in pretty well with the Housewives of Atlanta.
She's nuts. She got some money. She gonna fit right on.
Yeah. And she's a housewife. So
love K Michelle.
But
so talented. So
she was on there. She was going in on Robin. She went in on
K Michelle being K Michelle.
I didn't know that her and Tamar Braxton didn't like each other.
Nobody like Tamar. She just be burning bridges everywhere.
Burning them before they even built, apparently. But yeah, her and Tamar don't like each other. Yeah, she went. It was like 2.5 hours long.
Girl, I ain't got the time.
I didn't realize it was that long when I started it. But yeah, she talks about a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, Michelle.
I love K Michelle.
Like I said, very talented woman. Very talented woman.
Very, very talented
Leaving it
woman.
at that. Very talented.
Did you listen to her country album?
Nope. It's not even shade. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, I think she's working on another one now, or maybe it came out. I don't know, but
I do know country is her true passion. Mm-hmm. She's settled for R&B.
She's always said that.
She's settled for R&B because that's what they told her to do. That's not really what she wanted to do.
Yeah, she has such a good voice. Like,
but if you look at her lyrics, though, her lyrics are very country.
Yeah,
like her lyrics, even when she was singing R&B, the lyrics were very country lyrics. She just sang R&B with the country lyrics.
Yeah.
So,
well,
that's K Michelle. Oh yeah, you said what's up with the snail?
Oh, the snail. So, have you heard of the French dish escargot?
Yeah.
Did you know what that was?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was the only one that didn't.
Yeah, I would never order it. Gross. But I know what it is. Well, and are you a fancy restaurant if you don't offer it? No.
I was talking to Gift.
Gift likes it.
And she was just like, oh, have you ever had escargot? And I said, Gift, I've only ever heard that word said in a song. And I think it was a Puff Daddy song from the 90s. I really don't remember. And she was like, you don't eat snail? I said, did you say snail?
I don't like how she be saying off the wall shit and act like she didn't say nothing. I'm through with her doing that. She acting like she said, oh, you don't eat peanut butter? Like, that's not. Snail is a very acquired thing.
I said, I know you not talking about those slimy little things though that be crawling on the ground.
That you've besought on, they shrivel up.
And she said, yes. And I said, nah. I said, nah, you could never. I would never. I said, Giv, are you telling me you just be sitting around here eating snails?
And she paid good money to eat them too. Good money.
And then she was like, no, look it up. It's actually really good. And I look up these dishes. I said, Giv, no.
It's a snail. It's a snail.
I'm not eating a snail.
It don't matter what braise or
but
sauce.
Then I said, surprisingly, they have a lot of protein. I said, but I'm still not eating a snail. That's not happening. Ew, what?
Come if you ain't never heard of it. You always somewhere bougie doing some bougie shit. I'm surprised.
You got to remember, my bougie days just recently started. I couldn't afford to be bougie. My bougie days just started. I'm new to this. But yeah, she was going on about this, and then she was like, she showed me, we went on this whole argument that stew and soup are different. Or apparently US stew and soup are the same to her.
I kind of see that. I can kind of see her argument. I can kind of see
whatever. I'm not getting into this again.
It is technically different, though.
It is technically different.
It is different. Stews are more complex than just a soup.
Exactly.
I will say that.
And in my opinion, a stew, you don't usually have to go.
No.
If you got to slurp, it is a soup.
Because stews are more thick than a soup.
Yeah, they're thicker and heartier.
They stick to you.
Yeah, they stick to your bones.
And soup just feel good. It's not the same.
Soup is just water with vegetables in it. I hate soup. But anyway.
Not y'all over there arguing.
Yeah.
I mean, what did she define as a stew?
So,
because they are different.
She said they were eating, I don't know what it's called. It was an African dish. But it had like the consistency, what it looked like based off the picture that she saw that she sent me. No disrespect. But it reminded me of baked refried beans.
Oh, okay.
That consistency. But that's what they refer to as a stew. And I was like, I don't know that I would call that a stew.
I wonder if they call it a stew based on how long you have to cook it versus the texture.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm thinking it might be what it is. I think anything that takes a long time, they'll call it a stew.
Well,
I gotta look that up.
I told her I'm both envious of people that has tried different things and like all of these foods from different cultures and stuff. I'm envious of that, and also I'm also like
See, my thing is I'm all for a new experience, but the new experience has to make sense. I'm not for an experience just to do an experience. If that makes sense, it has to be.
And that's what Giv said. She said, "Well, maybe I only did it because I was just curious as to how they tasted." I said, "And maybe that's the difference. I'm not curious about how it tastes.
I don't need to know."
I'm like, you apparently were curious as to how a snail tastes. For me, I'm not curious about a snail at all.
Same way Victor want to try those fried bugs, like on the Amazing Race, them little challenges they be having.
I know you ain't talking about the race that you told me and you should sign up for.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that.
Girl, we can't even swim. We can't go on no damn Amazing Race.
We're getting water.
We can't even fucking swim. We can't be in no damn Amazing Race.
And all of the world is just, these stupid bitches went on Amazing Race and can't swim. And almost died on day one.
Still in America.
And
First team eliminated.
one of them thought she was in a different country and she was still in the U.S. Because that would sure be me. All they got to do is take me across one state line. I'm like, oh, what country is this? Are we in Canada? Anyway. That's a good spot to call it, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this because I actually did have stuff I wanted to talk about, but we didn't touch on not a single bit of it because, I don't know, that's just the way the conversation flowed. That's the beauty of a girl's perspective. You don't know what you're going to get.
Of J&J. That is the experience.
J&J.
Yeah.
But with that, make sure that you're doing all the things like, comment, subscribe, and
share.
Dang, that was delayed.
It took me a second. I forgot my own line. I said, oh no.
What am I supposed to say?
Share.
Okay, but make sure you do that on YouTube and on the audio platforms. Make sure you liking, commenting, and following there. Make sure you also rate and review there as well. Aiming for all stars, but be true to yourself. Just say it with your chest.
Only nice things.
Be truthful. If you hate us,
just don't say nothing if you don't hate us.
I mean, I would prefer you not say nothing, but
just say nothing.
Hey, if you gotta say it, you gotta say it. So yeah, make sure you do that on the audio platforms and keep leaving those comments and everything.
Yeah.
It is really, 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 really helping. And with that, we will see y'all in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.